Behind me is the Jubilee House, the seat of the President of the Republic of Ghana. This particular office has been in the controversies for the past few hours when an American rapper by name Meek actually posted a video on his Instagram page indicating basically that he's been in Ghana and he's been to the seat of government, and he featured the officers, probably the entire Jubilee House, in his video.
I barely made the team, I'm with the honors on the wood. This shit wasn't in my dream to buy a team, I'm knowing I could. I'm popping independent, handling my business, I'm feeling good. I'm wishing these niggas would.
An issue that has raised outrage on social media, and the Member of Parliament for the Northton constituency, Honorable Kujetua Blakwa, has been reacting.
Sanctions must be meted out against those in charge of security. There's always a clearinghouse, there is always somebody in charge who gives the final authorization, who opens the doors, who is in charge of security. All of those people in the chain of command who have brought this monumental disgrace upon our country must be shown the exit.
And if it doesn't happen, obviously they can choose to communicate to the Ghanaian people or not, and obviously nothing happens.
I can assure you that this is not a matter that we in the opposition will just raise and, and then it dies with the turn of a new day. That's not going to happen. We are going to pursue this matter vigorously. We will continue to demand answers. As a house with constitutional mandate of oversight, we will pursue this matter and insist that sanctions do apply. What they are doing is not just desecration, it's not just embarrassing our country, but it's also posing a security risk to even successive. We believe we are coming back to power. The next president, inshallah, God willing, President John Dramani Mahama, will be working from that place. With all of this drone footage and unfettered access, coverage, some crew, we don't know who they were, having all this all over the place, it gets into the hands of our enemies, and what that means for the peace and stability of our country. So we also have a vested interest to protect the stability of this country. And this is a major security breach. And that is why we, in the NDC caucus in Parliament, are going to be pursuing this matter to its logical conclusion. So I can assure you that it's not just a matter that we are raising now and we'll just let it slide. We will insist that actions are taken.
Meek has pulled down the video, and that should be enough.
It's not good enough. You know that in this digital era, pulling down a video which has already gone viral, which all of us have copies on our phones, and those who want to harm Ghana have copies, it means nothing. The harm has been caused. And the fact that he even has pulled it down should tell you that he knows that what he did is unacceptable. He cannot justify what he's done. And those he's working with, his collaborators, who have put us through this sordid situation, they must answer to the Ghanaian people.
Security analyst, retired Colonel Festus Abuaje, has described the issue as a security breach.
Anybody who is nobody comes to Ghana and they want to call on the president. I do not understand the nature and the status of that group to the extent that they qualify to call on the president for whatever reason. It does appear that they were given free access to different parts of that establishment in order to shoot their video, you see, which is probably the worst part of any security breach. The assumption that these are innocent, artists coming to visit the press, that is where the security breach starts from. Because the recording devices, I assume, the cameras and so on that they could have all manner of, chips and so on embedded in them.
An issue that has outraged Ghanaians on social media, and we are going to engage some on the street to find out what they make of the happenings as far as the security are concerned.
I believe somebody might have given him an asset or permission to enter. People have to be held responsible for that. But if it's nothing, I don't know much.
I can see that it's Jubilee House.
Yes.
And then everything is clear that it's Jubilee House. But I think it can be a photo shoot. But I will not want to say anything wrong. It's Jubilee House. As I'm talking to you, I can see that it's Jubilee House. But unfortunately, if it happened that way, it's bad.
How bad is it?
It's not good. My money, my life, my blood, give it to somebody. It's not Ghanaian, right? The person is Ghanaian. It's not Ghanaian, right?
Well, we understand his DNA traces him to Ghana.
It's bad. So if it's true, I'm against it. And then everybody who are against it.
So what do you think must be done to probably those who allowed him to gain access?
It's not good this thing to happen to my country, our country. If it's happened that way, and then I must confess, it's bad.
Meanwhile, the rapper Meek has since tweeted an apology to the office of the president and to the people of Ghana. It reads, "My apologies to the people if any disrespect. We're still gonna push to make the connection between black people in America and Africa. What I'm trying to do is more than a video, and you should see coming soon. My apologies to the office also." Let's now connect to my colleague Sami Wiafe, our presidential correspondent, to walk us through the security protocols at the Jubilee House.
You first of all write to the office of the president that on this particular day you wish to visit the president and discuss whatever you wish to discuss with him. All should be detailed in a letter you will send to the Jubilee House. The presidency will then reply your letter and tell you which day is available for the president to meet you. If the date you are proposing is not suitable for the president will write back to you and tell you that this day is not particularly appropriate for him due to his schedules, and then send you another date which is okay for you. If that is okay for you, the two parties will agree for a particular date for this meeting. So before you enter the Jubilee House, there are a series of security checkpoints. There's the first one you meet right at the entrance of the Jubilee House, where you have police and military personnel manning that checkpoint. When you enter there, they will first ask you your mission at the Jubilee House. If you give them the clearance why you are coming to the Jubilee House and the purpose, you'll be given the access. When you get to the other security checkpoint, which is at the pharmacy area or the clinic area, there's a reception there. You go in there, they will tell you the purpose of your visit or why you are coming to the Jubilee House. They will call the particular office you are coming or the particular individual you are coming to visit at the Jubilee House. If that clearance is given, then you are given another access to another reception, which normally we call the inner security checkpoint. When you get to that particular area, your details has already been taken at the first reception, and so they already cleared out who is coming to visit a particular individual at the Jubilee, be it the president, the chief of staff, or whoever you are coming to visit. Now when you get there, you are cleared, you are made to go and sit at a waiting area. A waiting area depending on who you are going to visit. So if you are going to visit the chief of staff, there's a designated area for you to go and stay and wait for the chief of staff. If you're going to visit the president, there's another designated area for you to go and sit and wait. Now, when the presidency or the office of the president proper, or the president's secretariat gives a clearance that indeed it's about time for you to go in there and meet the president, a state protocol officer is down there to usher you where the president's office is. And then you are given another waiting area to sit and wait for the clearance to go in and go and meet the president. If that green light comes, then you are given an opportunity to move into the president's conference room, where the president will come and meet you.